The next stepping set that we're going to work on is called cloud hands, and it combines some of the basic footwork that we worked on before with new hand motions. So if you remember with your basic footwork where we step forward and back and to the sides, this is the same as when we were stepping out to the side and shifting and stepping in. So if you feel a little rusty on that one, go back and review it, get really solid on that footwork, and then come back to this one so we can add hands into it. I'm going to show you the hands first on this, then we're going to tie it into the feet. So bottom half doesn't really matter right now. What we're focused on is what our hands are doing. If I'm turning my body and my arms to the left, my left arm is going to be up. If I'm going to the right, my right arm is going to be up. When you do this, you want to make sure that it's a full body motion here, rather than just moving your arms by themselves, because that would be considered a dead movement or a dead motion in Tai Chi. We want to make sure that the whole body moves together, here and back. Also, make sure that the shoulder doesn't come up. You don't build up a lot of tension there. Relax that down. Keep the arms about shoulder height, and just turn from side to side. So it's pretty simple. A couple things to look out for other than the shoulder coming up is leaning into it. I don't know why, but it just feels a little bit natural sometimes to kind of curve your body and move like this. We don't want that. We don't want our body arcing from side to side. You want to keep yourself in that erect posture, and you just twist the body and turn from side to side this way. Okay, so no bending the spine from side to side as you do this. The other thing to look out for is bringing this arm too close. Don't know why that's comfortable, but it just is. When you're starting this, a lot of people like to keep that arm in close when you're doing it, and you don't want that arm right next to you. You want to push it out so that you have kind of an arc with the arm here, and go from side and back. From the side, what that looks like is this. And you can slow this way down so that you're just barely moving. If you really want to focus on coordinating your whole body moving together. Or you can add a little bit of speed to it, but you don't want to go really fast with it, because when we combine it with the footwork, that would make it very difficult to keep everything coordinated. All right? So practice that by itself several times, and when you feel comfortable with the upper body, and you feel comfortable with stepping to the side, then you can combine the two. So again, you'll need a nice long area that you can practice in, and for right now, focus mostly on what the arms are doing, then focus on what the legs are doing, then focus on working the two together. So you had the arms, it's okay to start with the arms. Your feet are together, you can move arms by themselves. Back and forth. When this feels very comfortable and it's moving by itself, then if I'm going to be going in the left direction, to the left of my body, as my arms come across to the right, I'm going to step out with my left foot and gently touch, just like we did with our basic footwork. Shift the weight to the left leg, my hands change, and as I come across, I bring the right foot in and gently touch. Shift my weight as my hands are changing so that I root into the right leg, and as I step out, my hands come back across. Okay? So when my feet are moving together, so here they're apart, when that foot comes in so that my feet are closer together, my arms move in the same direction as my leg. Then they change. But when my feet are going to step apart, my arms are going to go in the opposite direction. So apart, opposite direction. And they're going to happen at the same time. So here, everything is moving together. Change. Everything moves together in the other direction. Change. And moves. Something that might help you remember when things go together, when things go apart, when they go in the same direction, when they go in opposite directions, is to think of it like when your feet are coming together, being together is a good thing, you know, if you want to think of it that way. So when you're coming together, everything moves together because it's a good thing. Everything wants to be together. When you're stepping so your feet are apart or separating, you can think of separation as kind of not such a good thing. So when there's that separation, then things are going in opposite directions, because everything doesn't necessarily want to be separated, so there's that opposing motion. Together, everything moves together. Togetherness is good. Change. Apart, separation, opposite directions. Maybe separation isn't so good. And back. And so, regardless of your opinions on togetherness or separation, don't read too deeply into that. The idea is just to kind of give you some way to remember when things are supposed to move this way or that way. When you first start, practice only going to the left. If you practice going to the left and then try to do the right immediately, it can get super confusing. So start with only going to the left. And when you get down there, stop, walk back over here, and set up again. So you're always stepping out to the left. And when you feel really comfortable with that, like really comfortable, then you can work on this next part where you're stepping to the right. So for this one, we start the same way. Feet together, hands moving. The direction that my hands are going, that's the top hand. If they go to the left hand is up. If they go to the right hand is up. Now as they come across to the left side, my feet are going to separate. My right foot goes out, gently touch. Shift as my hands change, step in, at the same time as my hands go to the right. Change, step, change, step in. So it's that same thing. When my feet are going apart, my hands go in the opposite direction of the foot. Change, establish the root in the right leg. When my feet are coming together, my hands go in the same direction as the foot's going. So, practice that, work on it, and feel free to watch the video as many times as you need to really get that down. And remember, start going to the left first. Get that down, then go to the right. Don't try to mix them up right away. It'll get way confusing. Thanks for watching.